Formula One has arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. Well, it's certainly not sunny here in the Sunshine State. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 19 corners and 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium. But these conditions should prove especially difficult for all of our drivers today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda, and Leclerc, Hamilton, Piastri, Lawson, and Lance Stroll, Albon, Fernando Alonso, Isaac Hadjar, and Sainz, Colapinto, Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Nico Hülkenberg. Gasly and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow-speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Yeah, copy, loud and clear.
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get a good launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Green flag. Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Copy.
Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes. Inters and wets will probably have very similar pace at the moment. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. "10 minutes left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes. It's hard to say if inters or wets are better right now. Okay, let's go now, come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there, you're doing well. Radar showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain. Inters look like the best tyre for now. Isaac's in the pits. That's Isaac in the pits. Okay, Isaac's coming in for his stop now. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Okay, clear. Tyre condition still looking good. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. That was the fastest lap of the race, keep this up, well done. It looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster, we're right on the crossover. Weather's changing now, we're going to have to change strategy, so it's time to box. Confirmed. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Isaac's in the pits. That's Isaac in the pits. Okay, Isaac's coming in for his stop now. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 19.5 seconds. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. You're in first position, front of the pack. That's Alonso behind. Okay, they're on old, hard tyres. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. All right, 6 laps to go now. Systems all looking good, head down. Gap to your teammate behind, 24.3 seconds. Grip is probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 24.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're in 13th place. Time last lap, 1 minute 34.2. Okay, final lap, let's go, final lap.
It was easy to manage, so thank you.
They're out of their seats in the grandstands and all saluting your winner today, Liam Lawson.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
And it's time for that special moment for our special three today. The podium awaits our top three finishers. And taking the applause and making his way to the top step, congratulations to Liam Lawson. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.